This week's podcast brought to you by the Beefy Boys, three cool dudes hanging out talking about music, video games, and sports, and anything else that hits our fancy.
Check them out at www.beefyboys.com or on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Yeah. If you love their logo, you can buy their merch, www.cafepress.com/beefyboysmerch1.
And oh, baby, you know you're going to find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Find us on Twitter at Beefy_Boys. And you can find us on Instagram at Official Beefy Boys, because it is official. Make us blue check marked, keep following us, and you can find us on Facebook at the Beefy Boys. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Beefy. A good podcast requires a good beer. So that's why I always go to my go-to, Keystone Light. If I'm going to the store, I don't want to buy a 12-pack. I want to go for a legit 15-pack. When I go to a party, I don't take Rainier. I take Keystone Light. And you know what? It tastes so good, I'm going to have it right now. Cheers, folks. Yeah, there's a burp coming in. That's good.
What up, Muppets? Welcome to episode 117 of the Beefy Boys Bud Club. I'm Joe, and I'm joined here with Vito.
Yeah.
And Christian, I vaguely remember saying he was away this weekend. Do you remember that?
I don't remember.
You. He mentioned it on the last episode, right? Why he couldn't go on a date with his lady friend this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Out. Yeah. Vague recollections of that. So what you been up to, Vito? Just gonna be the Joe Vito show, your old fireside chats, or new topics. So we had 5 guests last week, down to just the 2 of us today.
I've just been playing like World of Warcraft and stuff. You know me.
Are you still switching between retail and classic, or every time I see you, you're on the classic train? So okay. Maybe Sunday mornings are your classic days.
Sunday's like my free day, so I'll like do whatever.
Yeah. I see. My week's been crazy. My cat got sick.
Oh no.
We had to take her to the emergency vet. She's okay. She had been eating hair ties for months, apparently.
Oh, I saw the pictures.
Yeah. So now she's back home and recovering.
Poor kitty.
And I just gotta say, thank God I have pet insurance because, well, first of all, thank God I could absorb the hit because it was $6,500 for my insurance bill.
Jesus Christ.
But then I got the insurance claim approved this morning, so they paid $5,500 of it. So, whew. I was nervous there.
Still hot damn.
Yeah. From what the vet said, it sounds like this is not an unknown problem. So now we're just like terrified. We're just searching the house for any loose hair tie or piece of thread or basically anything smaller than a ping pong ball. I bought a bunch of I was looking for shoebox. Well, I was just freaking myself out. So I tried to buy like storage containers, I think is what I wanted to search Amazon for, but I couldn't remember what they were called. So I searched for shoe boxes and I just bought the first result, which is like a shoe organizer. So like these things are boxes the size of shoe boxes, sure, except they only open from like the narrow side. And there's like holes everywhere so you can attach them to other shoe boxes. So I'm like, these are totally useless for what I need them for. I spent all day yesterday like trying to tape over all these like connector holes and stuff so I can because all I want to do is fill them with junk from around my house, like hair ties and all the other stuff that accumulates that I don't want my idiot cat to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a task for this weekend. She's doing really good. I was nervous for a while because she didn't poop for like 5 days. But then she let out a huge poop yesterday. Like she was saving it for me. All right, cool. You're all good, little nugget. And now it's just like, well, she went home with 4 medicines, which was like, it was a lot. It was like, we basically had to give her medicines like every 3 or 4 hours from 7 a.m. till 1 a.m. every day, Now she's down to 2. So, but she's really back to being herself. She hates her little cone, but we're not taking it off. We tried other stuff. This is actually pretty funny. Well, first of all, I don't know if she can't, but she definitely refuses to figure out how to eat or drink water with her cone on, so we've been hand feeding her everything. And whenever it's medicine time, it's also food time, so she has figured this out. So that means whenever she sees like a pill bottle or a medicine drop removed, she gets really excited. It's like, oh, snack time,
Yup.
She's basically back to being her normal self, which is nice, but also annoying because like she's still supposed to be on rest,
Yeah.
And all she wants to do is run and jump around. It's like, your whole stomach was cut open. You can't jump yet. You gotta wait another 10 days or so. So when she gets too feisty, we put her in a ferret cage. Then she'll just get bored and lay down. Yeah. And the other cat was, they get annoyed at each other when they get home from the vet because they smell weird. So there was a lot of hissing. But now they're fine. Now they're fine. We still have to supervise visits because little Shiva gets so excited that her sister's around and just wants to run and play. And it's like, no, you can't do that. You guys can like sniff each other and like be near each other, but you can't run and play and stuff. She's like, Daddy, I'm a kitten. That's all I want to do is chase my sister around. Lock me in this cage for years. Ara and I have this running joke that cats don't understand time. And they're very melodramatic about it.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, I've been locked in this cage for 10 years already. What did I do to deserve this crime? She would spend 6 hours.
Dude, our cat's been going crazy, like zooming. Just like zooming, chasing, bapping, zooming, and scratching.
Yeah.
It's been pretty interesting to watch.
It certainly didn't help that we had like 2 thunderbolts the other day too, and my cat's hate thunder. And I'm like, oh, can not like the one thunderstorm a year we get happen right now? Like,
yeah, God. Totally.
Oh my God, the first day we brought it home from the vet was like a disaster, We were not prepared. Yeah. We got like a baby gate set up, but then like it had like a 2-inch slot on the side. And we're like, they can't get through that, and they can't. But they thought they could, so both of them got stuck in the sides of this baby gate, like at the same time. Like, oh my God, guys. And then like little Shiva like immediately escaped from her cone. And I know you don't work at a vet's office, but if you've ever had to put one of those cones on a cat, it is not easy,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can imagine, yeah.
Now we've adapted. After we tried everything else, we tried like a recovery suit, but we got nervous because she was still trying to lick and bite at her wound through it. We tried this other collar that I bought on Amazon. She got that off even faster and seemed to hate it even more than the plastic cone. It could have also been that she was in a really feisty mood, This is pretty funny. We put her in the recovery suit. It's like baby blue. And then I didn't trust it, so we put her in the cone as well when we went to bed. When we woke up, she had escaped from the suit, but the cone was still on. It was like a total Houdini move. I still have no idea how she did this because, like, you have to pull it over her head, and then you cinch it around their neck, right? And then all 4 paws go through it. So she didn't pull it back over her head. She couldn't have because the cone was still on. So she must have stepped through it somehow. I have no idea how she got out of that blue suit, huh, babe? Well, it was magical. Yeah. But yeah, she's just back to being her regular self. She's healing up nicely. And, I didn't know if I told you, but the Trupanion's covering $5,500.
What is?
The pet insurance.
Oh, cool.
They sent me an email this morning, so that's exciting. So now it's just like, try not to get frustrated at the cat time, because like, I know all you want to do is run around, little baby, but you can't.
Yep.
You can't. She seems to accept, like, we're hoping she'll learn a lesson. I know, haha, stubborn-ass cat, but, like, when she's in the ferret cage, she usually doesn't run around because there's nowhere to go, you know? Like, sometimes she'll play in her litter box because it's, like, the only toy, quote-unquote, she has in there, you know? But pretty much she'll just lay down right away. Which is like, that's what you need to do, just rest. Just rest and heal, baby. Just rest and heal. And then, like, you know, having 2 cats was nice most of the time because it made it really easy to keep them socially satiated, you know, because they could entertain each other. But now, little Bahamut is getting very lonely out here, you know? She's like, no one comes to see me anymore. Hello. Sometimes she'll come to the door and just meow and meow, and, you know. As soon as you come out, she's like so nuzzly and affectionate. So I try and make time for both my cats, but it's hard. It's hard. Yeah, that's pretty much. The surgery was on Monday, so yeah, that's pretty much since I last saw you what I've been doing.
That's about it for cat talk.
Taking care of cats.
For this week's section of cat talk.
Yeah. Did you see the trailer for the Final Fantasy VII expansion here? I'm watching it right now.
Oh no, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, let me send it to you. There's well, it's free on PlayStation Plus this month. We both already have it, but they're upscaling it for PS5. Oh, it does look much better on PS5. I think it's running in 60 frames too. That's impressive. Oh, ray tracing. Fancy. Much nicer textures. Maybe I'll play this game again. This game was very good. And they're adding new characters. 2 new characters, in fact. One you should know from previous games.
Right.
Good old Yuffie. The other character is like brand new.
I feel like Yuffie is like a fan favorite character for some reason. No,
I always hated her. I thought she was
never
obnoxious.
noticed her.
Yeah.
It's not one of the ones that, not one of the characters I actually remembered from my.
Oh, she's an optional character too. You don't have to recruit her.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I played, I recruited her, but I didn't recruit Vincent. But I never played as her. I may have played as her. I don't know.
I honestly am not sure if I ever actually finished the game.
Really?
Yeah, because I was still a kid at the time, right? So I can't remember now if I actually ever finished the game or if it was just like a good ending point and I just like didn't know where to go or something.
I actually have a great story about that. When I played it when I was like 13 or 14 or whatever, I think I was in middle school at the time. I was in my dad's house. My dad had the PlayStation. My mom had the N64. So they're adding a photo mode. That's gonna get creepy. Anyway, all right. Yeah, I feel it looks pretty cool. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I played at my dad's house, and the final level in that in 7 original, they give you like a save crystal that you can use to form a save point anywhere.
Yeah.
And I was a dumb kid, and I didn't really play RPGs, so I didn't think to save this thing. So I used it at like the very top of the dungeon, which was stupid because I could have just left the dungeon and saved, right?
Yeah.
Which means if I died, I was going all the way back to the top of the dungeon, right?
That's funny,
I got all the way down dungeon to the last boss fight, and we lost power at my house. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I never went back. I finished it as an adult, though. When I was on the fishing boats, I had a lot of downtime, you know. A lot of downtime, so... I played through on my PSP, on my trusty old PSP, 7, 8, and 9, like right in a row. Yeah. 8 was better than people remembered. I did not care for 9. I think 9 is vastly overrated. Yeah. Final Fantasy 7 Intergrade. Fall Guys Season 4 comes out soon, too. That's going to be exciting. Huh? When is Fall Guys Season 4 launching? Alright, can I complain about the internet right now? Specifically the video game internet.
Sure.
You know when you Google something like so-and-so's release date or free PS Plus games this month, and the first Google result is a headline like Fall Guys Season 4 release date revealed, and you click on it and it says, we speculate it will be released sometimes in the early March. That's not a release date reveal. That's you guessing. You don't know what the release date is. You just lied to me. Very annoying. Very annoying. Anyway, that should be sometime this week. That's exciting. I've been playing Judgment a lot too. This Judgment is I don't know if I talked about it yet. It's from the Yakuza people. It's basically a Yakuza game, except it's not like a mob story this time. It's a detective story. So you play as like a detective and you have to like investigate crime scenes and stuff. It's not like literally it's like look around this picture for the things we told you to look for, or like find the suspect. He's wearing a blue tie and has short black hair. Okay. But the storyline is interesting. And then you have your classic Yakuza trappings of, like arcade beat 'em up action and mini games. This one's all about drone racing and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Fun stuff.
Yeah. These games really scratch. They're like the perfect games for me because I love games with checklists of shit to do that you can just get it done, And I love distractions. Like, I'm always a side quest person, to the point it's like you don't even really need a main quest. You could just have. I want someone to do that. I want someone to release a game that doesn't even really have a main quest. I guess that's like what Stardew Valley is, I suppose. But
Skyrim
has a main quest. You just figure out the Dragonborn stuff.
Yeah, but nobody actually plays the main quest.
Yeah. I finished all the side quests in Skyrim. That took a very long time, like 300 hours.
Even Skyrim is too open-ended for me. Like, if it didn't have a main quest, I probably wouldn't play it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but don't you play like Factorio and those kind of games that don't have any main quests?
That's different. I played it like multiplayer.
I suppose. Anyways, I heard a great game pitch the other day. You ready for this? It's a Mario game in the style of GTA or Yakuza. So it's an open world Mario game, but with like distractions everywhere. So like you can go over here to like the Coliseum and you just play Smash Bros. Or you go over here and you go golfing. Or you go over there and it's like, let's play a board game and it's Mario Party, How awesome would that be? How awesome.
I mean, it's basically like arcade games.
Or kart. Yeah, but there's also like the mainline Mario game happening, And you're just like wandering around the hub city. I love him been playing Mario 3D World, although less so this week. I finished it, and now I have to get every green star to unlock the next batch of levels. Which I'm probably going to do eventually, but like I said, it's all about Yakuza right now. And like trying to cat-proof the house, just like move all the stuff to the basement. Anything the cat might eat, which apparently was a lot more than we thought because she's an idiot. Oh, I love you, idiot. Yeah. Ugh, my head is itchy. So, what else has been going on, man? We only got 17 minutes. There's got to be more to life than sick cats and
been working a lot.
Video games. Yeah.
Yeah, just been tired from work mostly. So just been doing that. World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Doing more bosses in Naxxramas. We're on the last boss in Heroic. Nathria right now in retail. So there's that.
Yeah, but I don't know how you have time for all that. That's crazy. That is crazy.
I just don't do anything else in those games for the most part.
That's fair. You just run like
So I just show up to raid.
How do you keep on the loot treadmill, though, you know?
That's the loot treadmill is doing the raid.
So you just do the... Oh, I see. You're like at content level. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I thought, wasn't Nax Ramus from Burning Crusade, or...
No, it's the last one before Burning Crusade.
Oh, it's the last one from original. Or wait, Wrath of the Lich King, was that before Burning Crusade?
No.
So it was Burning Crusade, and then Wrath of the Lich King, and then Cataclysm,
Yeah.
which is the one everyone hates. Although everyone hates BFA and Legion, from what I understand, too. Top 10 WoW expansions. Oh, I'm cracking myself up over here. Cracking myself up. Up. I got some pretty great photos of like my wife hand feeding our cat, and you know, her just in her cone of shame. The cat, not my wife. Could you imagine? There's a bit for you. A human that has to wear a cone after surgery like a dog. Like that's, I don't know, you just scratch with your hands. That doesn't work. You have to wear mittens. To wear like balls around your hand, yeah. Oh man.
Oh man.
Alright, well, I don't really have any other content
I guess
to talk
have I talked about the snake?
No, you talked that you were thinking about getting one. Did you guys actually get one?
Yeah. So we got a ball python, and it's real cute. It pokes its head out. We fed it its first mouse today.
Okay.
And it was just like standing straight up and like slowly swallowing it. It was pretty funny to watch.
Oh, weird. Do you like take it out of the cage? Does it like to cuddle? Do you pet it?
Not yet, because it needs to like get ready.
Adapt. Okay. How big is it?
Like it can curl up into the palm of your hand.
Oh.
But it's also like decent sized when it's long length out.
I'm looking it up. Ball python. They live for 30 years in captivity. Wow.
Nice. I honestly don't know that much about it. My wife's been the snake connoisseur.
Yeah. What color is it? I'm seeing some cool looking colors here on Wikipedia. Snake colored, is that?
Yeah.
So it's not. I mean,
like I can't see it right now, and I don't remember. I think it was like
egg and white. Yeah. Oh, I can get up to
so it's like yellow.
Oh, it is yellow?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, does it have red eyes? Is it albino?
I don't know. Yellow and brown.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. The internet says they can get up to 4 feet long. Males are tinier than females, huh? 3.5 feet long. Still impressive that it can take a whole mouse. How has the cat been? Does she leave? Does she ignore it? Or he?
It's actually been pretty good. We found a spot where like the cat doesn't really look for it.
Mm. I'm just thinking
there was some worry over it at its old spot, but we found a spot where the cat doesn't really bother.
The cat just ignores it.
Yeah.
Like
it's also not really like out much too, so you can't really see it very often while it's still getting used to its habitat.
You have a terrarium, like a 30-gallon tank, or something, like a fish tank, or?
It's like a plastic box with holes in it.
Oh, okay.
And then it's got like humidity stuff and temperature stuff to keep it warm and
like a heat rack or something. Yeah. Cool. That's exciting. That is. So now you guys have 3 pets in there? The dog, the cat, and the snake? Wow. A regular Tiger King in training over here. Ara and I have been watching Alice in Borderland. Did you watch it?
Apparently, the snake threw itself into the water dish by accident.
Until the cat's water dish? Or its own?
No, its own, yeah.
Oh. Do they like water?
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird. Apparently they live in grasslands and forests. Oh, excuse me. They live in grasslands and forests.
Oh.
It's the smallest of the African pythons. I'm learning a lot about ball pythons right now. It's exciting. It is exciting. Cool. Any other pets on the agenda? Are you guys going to stop at 3? Any other exotics? A hedgehog or a sugar glider or something weird?
I think she was looking at hognose, something for snake.
Oh. Cool. That's exciting. Yeah, the cats are the first pets I had that weren't fish, and I don't really count fish as pets. Although, when I lived in Ballard, we had a fish. So, when I lived in Ballard, my roommate Ernie wanted to set up like an aquarium, but he had to go to his fishing boat. So he got the whole thing like set up and the pH balanced and everything, and then he just bought like 6 like feeder fish to dump them in to see if they survived, because they're notoriously fragile. They do not adapt well to new environments. So if they make it through, that means that your normal fish will do just fine. Oh, I just saw a happy little corgi walk by. Anyway. 5 of them died like immediately. The 6th fish survived. And also he was using real plants, so we named that fish Henry David Thoreau because it lived alone in the woods. And that fish very much would like recognize human faces. To the point, like, I would feed him every day when I got up. And this is when I was working at Metmart, so it would be like around 11 or 12 every day, That's when he would get fed. And he knew it was me because, like, when I walked past the fish tank at that time in the morning, he would get really excited and start like, splashing around at the surface like food. If anyone else walked by, nothing. He would just be his normal fishy self. It was only me. To the point where like other people were like, that fish is really excited to see you. And I'm like, it's because I feed it. Like, it's why it knows it's time to get fed. Like, I didn't realize this either when I was living alone, but it was when Ernie got back. He's like, why does the fish never react like that when I walk by? I'm like, I don't know. I think it thinks I'm its god. I give it its food,
Yeah.
Good old HDT, Henry David Thoreau. Shout out to Katie who named that fish for me. It's a pretty good name for a fish. Did you name the snake?
Yeah, the name's Zith.
Zith, like Zith?
Yeah.
Is that a cultural reference that I'm not getting, or?
It's a fantasy snake, actually, from the Bulgaria.
Oh. From Bulgaria, did you say?
I can't. The Bulgaria is a series by my favorite author, a book series.
I see.
Also, I can't remember if it was a snake or if it was a person who turned it into a snake, but that's because it's been a while.
Well, if it's a Nagini, Harry Potter spoilers. Oh, man. Cool. Somebody, this observation has been bugging me, but it was from like a scholar of like folklore. And, like a folkloric creature, like a Japanese water demon, or like a vampire, There are things everyone knows are fake but could instantly recognize, right? They said the modern example would be a Muppet. Like, Muppets aren't real, but if you were at the bus stop and you just saw a Muppet hanging out, you'd be like, yep, Muppets are real. That's a Muppet, and that really tripped me up.
That's funny.
You're right. Like, I don't like to think of, like, things like elves and gnomes like fucking Muppets, but I mean, I get it. Oh. Too weird. All right, well, you can wrap up this episode. I don't have anything else to talk about. I should put my head in and make sure my cat hasn't escaped from her cage. We had to weigh down.
I don't really have much to talk about myself.
Oh,
either.
actually, we have started watching Alice in Borderland on Netflix. Have you watched it?
No.
It's based on a manga. It's very Japanese. The basic plot is like these three best friends hanging out in Tokyo, and then like all of a sudden, like dimension swap basically. So they get sent to this version of Tokyo where pretty much everybody has disappeared, and every day you have to go play this game that's usually something very twisted and macabre, and then depending on the difficulty of the game, you get days of reprieve from playing the game, right? So, and it's very much like, it's very dark, it's very violent. Most of the characters have died by now, and we're only 4 episodes in, so,
Yeah. Reminds me of that one anime that had, like, well, I mean, you don't watch anime, so... And I can't remember enough details for anyone to probably catch out of this anyway.
My wife did watch the Death Note Netflix movie, and she like 3 times because she kept falling asleep to it. So it wasn't very good. But I know people like that anime. All right. Yes, I give Alice in Borderland my stamp of approval. At least the first few episodes that I watched. There's only 8, and we watched half of them, so I can't imagine that it suddenly gets way shittier in the second half of them,
Yeah.
Right, let's wrap it up. This has been episode 117, I think, of the Beefy Boys Bud Club, and we'll see you knuckleheads next week.
See you.